So Sea of Thieves just dropped a developer update talking about Season 19 and kind of the future of the game as of right now. And I'll be honest, I feel like we've all heard it before. We've all seen it before, but I am a little bit excited. They definitely had a more serious tone, it felt like, throughout this video. So I'm just going to jump ahead to the part where he's talking about how servers feel empty and like they're a little bit dead and what they're going to try to do to fix them.
The team have been making some improvements in this area to optimize how we matchmake and migrate crews across servers, with the goal of creating busier servers with more ships on the horizon. In our next update, there'll be further improvements. The first will be to begin tweaking how close we can bring in other crews during migration. Previously, we didn't allow crews to migrate onto a server anywhere near other players, but we've been a bit overzealous here and can bring that distance in.
So pretty much what he's telling us here is that they're going to try to improve the matchmaking and make sure that server migration makes it so that we're in more 6-ship servers and that we're way closer to other crews when we migrate to other servers, which is honestly probably one of the smartest things they could do to help the game at this point. I feel like the dead servers is one of my biggest problems with the game. I feel like I'm just looking for people the whole time, which is fine. It's an exploration game. But at the same time, I do like the interactions, as I said in my last video, with other people. I like exploring. I like meeting strangers, fighting them, or just getting nope. It's so much more fun when you're in a full server. I feel like what this will do, it'll make the game feel almost like dangerous again. Kind of like when you first started playing Sea of Thieves, it'll feel like anything can happen. Like you can expect the unexpected. You have no idea if someone's gonna roll up on you and take all your stuff all of a sudden. I hope that they can find a way to make it feel organic and that people aren't just spawning out of nowhere and already on top of you. And I think this will help PvP in general in the game. It makes it so people who don't play Hourglass can still get that experience without the fear of getting completely outplayed and sunk in 30 seconds.
Following recent bug reports on various player movement issues, our next update tackles some of those issues you've been hitting. We made improvements to ladders in January's update, but spotted a further issue that needed addressing. Those fixes are now coming in the next update and should result in ladders being much more consistent to grab onto, release, and should no longer feel slow when climbing.
Woohoo! Ladder update! Yeah! No, but in all seriousness, I'm not trying to be a hater, but it is wild how after 6 years in this game, we are still updating the ladders. And I'm aware, it's a complex game. There's a lot going on with waves and the boat moving, but movement issues and glitches after this many years is just kind of funny.
Now, we shared last week that Act 3 is going to be arriving later than planned and will now be landing on the 5th of March. I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that this is the second delay of Season 18. And while we know we're making the right decision to make sure we can ship an experience here that we're proud of, it reinforces to us that our current strategy isn't panning out the way we'd planned. And that's in a few areas.
So, Season 18, Act 3, delayed again. I don't know. I love the honesty. I do feel like, you know, they're being like, all right, obviously something's wrong on our end and things aren't working, and I'll kind of get into more of that later. But you know, it's just kind of sad to see, I guess, them admitting defeat like this. But once again, I think we're definitely going in the wrong direction, so it's nice to see a pivot.
And that leads into Season 19. I hinted back in January that we delayed the community direct while we made some changes to our plans for the year ahead. These changes have ended up being pretty sizable. Even before the recent delays in Season 18, it's quite clear that our recent changes to seasons haven't worked out the way we'd hoped. The 3-act structure, the monthly release of content, and the mid-season time-limited event. It's clear from your feedback that after only 2 seasons, this approach just isn't hitting the mark.
Drew Stevens, ladies and gentlemen, laying it down, giving us the truth. This is some pretty big transparency for Rare and for Sea of Thieves. I feel like this should have been a little bit obvious a little bit sooner. But, you know, like monthly content sounds like a pretty good idea on paper, makes it more active, you got more interaction, things going on, but it really feels like the content degraded severely. And I think that this is a really, really good step in the right direction. I mean, even in the Smuggler's run, or the Smuggler season, it was pretty bad, the 3 acts. Because by the time you got to the 3rd act, it was the fort where you had to go in, steal some paintings, find the good painting, and it just felt the same. It felt like everything we've been doing for the past few years with a new coat of paint on it. So I think this is a really good step. I think I'm pretty excited to see how they're going to implement new things and how they're going to move on from this.
Right now, we've made some specific changes to Season 19 that I want to talk through, and those are going to be different to what we've previously shared in Insiders. Season 19 is going to kick off in March alongside our 8-year anniversary.
8 years? Dang. Making me feel a little bit old there, Drew.
The first month of Season 19 will then be to bring together all of the improvements we've been making to Hourglass battles, with shrinking battle zones, starting supplies, quick rematching, auto emissary, commendation fixes, and improved allegiance rewards as an evolution to Hourglass play. With all these improvements coming in, we'll then be running another Fight Nights event across 2 weekends with boosted allegiance to bring everyone to battle. And to sweeten the deal, the long-requested Fallen Sea Dog cosmetics will finally make an appearance, with the Fallen Sea Dog jacket able to be earned during March's Fight Nights.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm a fan. We're getting a shrinking battle zone. We're getting better supplies. We're getting faster rematches. We're getting that auto emissary. Better allegiance rewards. This sounds like a win for Hourglass, and I will be playing it more when these get implemented, because that makes it sound so much more fun. I feel like with the shrinking battle zone, it feels more like a battle royale fight, of course. That's like the typical thing with battle royales, but I think it could save a lot of strife from runners who are just like running around trying not to get killed. Starting supplies is great. I mean, we're not having this huge 30-minute prep time before PvP, having to run around the island or doing the supply glitches or anything like that. I think that's super cool. Also, Fallen Sea Dog cosmetic goes kind of hard. Kind of a fan. This is a great win. I'm a pretty big fan of this.
In April, we'll introduce the first Bildrats Weekender, a pirate festival with new challenge voyages to earn and steal doubloons.
Huh. Stealing doubloons. I wonder who else is stealing doubloons. Oh, right. Rare, you're stealing my doubloons. Please, I've worked so hard for them. Please don't take them.
Closing the season in May, we'll then be introducing our Last Ship Standing experience, set in the Sea of the Damned. This pits 6 sloop crews together in a battle to the death, and supports both solo and duo crews separately. Last Ship Standing will then return each month as part of our live calendar of events, with new rewards to be earned.
Okay, so I know I made that battle royale comment earlier, but this one's actually like a battle royale. So that Last Ship Standing, 6 sloop crews fighting in the Sea of the Damned. I think this will be pretty cool and pretty fun. Having it only be sloops is a pretty interesting idea. I think it'll increase the skill ceiling of it and make the fights a lot faster, of course. It could be a new competitive mode if done right, you know, maybe we get the Sea of Thieves esports team. Just kidding, I don't know if that'll ever happen. I am just curious on how kind of loot gets distributed or how that would work, how you kind of get rewarded for it, but I guess we'll find out later.
So, that's the overview of what's going to be coming across Season 19. But for those of you who take part in our Insiders program, you've no doubt spotted some features which are missing from this list. The Orb of Souls item, voyages to obtain them, updated Kraken encounter, and the War of the Flame wrapper we announced for Season 19 in Insiders are all being put back into the backlog and development on them stopped. I know there'll be some disappointment on hearing these features have stopped development, and we've felt that disappointment also as a team. But it's clear that we need to start making some significant changes here to how we're working as a team, how we're delivering updates to the game, but most crucially, reassess the type of content we're making and get back to the heart of where Sea of Thieves started, with our focus on players creating stories together.
Once again, Drew Stevens, man, laying it down, giving us the cold hard facts and the truth.
That's right. Now, say my name.
So there were some things on the Insiders program that were canceled or getting pushed back, one could say, putting on the back burner. So who knows if we'll ever see it. But the Kraken rework was kind of something I was excited for. I think the Kraken's pretty outdated. It's not as scary anymore, if that's the word for it, but they were just going to update his attack pattern, make it more of an interesting boss fight. So it's a little bit disappointing, but I hope we do see it in the future. Other thing is, at the end of the day, I'd rather have features that work rather than a ton of features that are boring or don't work at all. So I feel like shifting their ideas and mindset to, you know, going back to their roots, which we've, once again, I feel like I've all heard before. But if that's true, then I'd rather them take the time to cook. But all in all, that's it. That's everything they shared with us. And I feel pretty confident. Saying confident like that doesn't really help. But I do feel a little bit better about where the game could be in the next couple of months. It's exciting, at least for me. But you guys let me know. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know what you're excited for down in the comments below. And yeah, I love making these videos. It's been so fun talking about Sea of Thieves and seeing so many other people have an interest in talking about Sea of Thieves. It feels a little bit like a dead game at times, but it's cool to know that there's still a community out there that does love it and wants to talk about it. And if you've made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe so I can keep doing this. And thanks again for watching. See ya.